Masters of the Universe Revolution spoilers, and the G.I. Joe leaks are flowing. Again, who are you going to call? Toy Habits, of course.
And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
And I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching Toy Habits Live. How's it going, Michael?
I am good. We are doing, I think, what you would call a feng shui attack in our home and just getting rid of like a ton of stuff that we don't want or need, and just a lot of house cleaning this weekend. How about you?
That's really good. I did some of that during the holidays. And it's just funny, your choice of words, because leaks are flowing, because I have a leak flowing too.
Sorry.
Yeah, house leak. Can't get fixed.
That sucks. I mean, yeah, I mean, especially because you can't find out what the source is, right?
No, it's in a weird spot. It's on the side of the house, and that's what was causing my my dryer to get the whole area to get.
Oh gosh! All right, it's like problems on top of problems, right?
Yes, and then of course the floor drain over there is not working well outside. And
so
anyway,
pro tip: if you or anyone else has a water leak, you can actually call your water company and get like a one-time adjustment for like things like this. So I'm sure that your water bill is going to be astronomical. Like ours was. We had a sprinkler leak and it was like double what we would usually pay for our water bill. And so they're like, okay, we'll bring it down because of that. So I'm like, okay.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. I'm definitely going to have to get that taken care of.
Of course. Yeah. So hopefully Toy Habits time, as Joe Coleman would say, will put you in a good mood.
A better mood, yes.
Yeah.
But I did have some fun this weekend. Spent time with some family, early birthday celebration, and got some cool stuff. So a couple things behind me. Absolutely. You want to let's run through the chat, see who all is here.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of fun news to talk about. So we got Bigum, which is an awesome crew member, joining us. Right hand of Skeletor is here. Jeremy Cole, another crew member, is in the house. Figuratively speaking, yet another crew member is here. Stanley's Toy Channel crew member. Santos Collectorverse, yet another crew member. We got so many crew members here. Joe Coleman, one of the OG crew members. Good to see you, Joe. Yes, it's Toy Habits time, and hopefully that'll put me in a much better mood. Thomas Rossauer is here. Sorry, I screwed up your last name. Vexen Toys is also here. On RU 83. Bethany Beth is also here. J-Mac 77. I'm screwing these all up. Ryan Neck is also here. And friend of the channel and crew member Daniel Hearn in the house, starting it up with a $2 super chat. Yo, Joe, Daniel. Hope you're feeling better. He's been fighting that illness for a while. It's a long one to get over. Hope you feel better. Kevin Florence is also here. Cora is in the house. Good to see you, Cora. And Ryan Cole, crew member, is here. Toy Hunters Hollow. Good to see you, Toy Hunters Hollow. You are amazing with all the stuff you cover also on your Instagram page. So thank you for that. Eric Edelman is here. Dave Chanelli is here. And Fish Tropic Canada is also here. Love that one. That's great.
People are so creative. Cracks me up. I think my favorite of this one is the right hand of Skeletor, and I'm guessing the left hand of Skeletor is his twin brother or something. Who knows?
Absolutely, it's Keldor. Just kidding. It's also Skeletor.
The mystery figure.
There you go, the other mystery figure.
Yes, and we also want to say hello to our Toy Habits crew member, and thank you, crew, for representing in the chat. There's a lot of crew in the house, and we are warming up the hot tub for the addicts, and we'll jump on Discord after this stream. But if you're interested in supporting the channel, or if you want to check out the hot tub, click on go to our YouTube page on the desktop and click the join button to see how you can support the channel if you like. But yeah, we have a really amazing crew, so you'd be joining a amazing group of people.
Yeah, these people are wonderful, a lot of fun to hang out with. And if you want to get on the Discord, it's great because it's a lot of fun. So if you get to our addicts level, you have access to that, and all of you crew that's on there have such a fun time sharing stories, toy hauls, things you're just up to during the week. Big hello to Allison Troy. Greetings, Eternians. Good to see you, Allison. One of our original crew members as well. And thank you so much for your support. Happy New Year to everybody, even though it's mid-January already. I know at some point it's going to be a cutting off point to say Happy New Year, but
That's funny.
It's always good to welcome in 2024. So
we had that same discussion at work. It's like, when is the cutoff? And it's like, I think it's like mid-January, right?
Yeah, so I think now officially after today, it'll be stupid if we say it.
Yeah, that's funny. That's awesome. Yeah, we have the news just keeps flowing as the weeks go by, and it's like we always think like, oh, it's going to be a slow news week, but like news just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. So
absolutely, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's we got a new list of GI Joe code names, which they are. The Joe team is going with Hanna-Barbera cartoons for their code names. So I think they got like the Snorks and the Flintstones represented, and the Smurfs, I think, too.
They have a lot of Smurfs they can go through, so that'll last them a while.
Yeah, and then we had a Masters of the Universe Revolution trailer drop, which had some really, really cool teases in there, and that actually looks like it's going to be a really killer show. And what else did we have this week? Oh yeah, big stuff on the that you dug up on the Masters or the Turtles of Grayskull line with those mini comic teases. So those are fun.
Yeah, a lot of great mini comic teases. It was every time I looked through one of the pages, it was like, my mind kept getting blown.
So, you're like, what?
Oh my god! As I was writing up the article, yeah. So incredible stuff happening in there. Things we know coming down the pipe.
And then we have some newish content that we're covering too on the website and the channel. Some of the new Ghostbusters toys that are coming out too.
These guys behind me over here. I was able to pick up some of the Fright features and the new Ecto one. They're just super cute. Who can't love a giggling steamer?
Awesome. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I mean, drop a comment in the chat if you dig the Ghostbusters and those toys and stuff, because I mean, the movies are iconic and they are paying a great deal of homage to the vintage characters with their latest Kenner Classics release too.
Love those Kenner Classics. The first set of them came out a couple years ago. They're just like the vintage. It's awesome to get a fresh set of those without broken Neutrona wands. So because when we were kids, those streams, like, they used to just snap right off. They were very brittle. So it's wonderful to get those. Obviously the new ones don't have that. These are after the Fright feature figures, which were came a few years later down the line, but they did an amazing job recreating them. And then there's these little blind box packs with the mini puffs in it and little different Slimers, which are totally adorable. And so I ran around buying some of those this weekend. And,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. It looks like Beth has also pre-ordered the new Kenner Hasbro figures, which is cool. Yeah, it's funny. Awesome. I was reading earlier that these were supposed to be an in-store Target exclusive, but that exclusivity just maybe it ran out or was short-lived, because Entertainment Earth's got them now too, which you'd found out.
Yeah, they popped up on Entertainment Earth yesterday. I found them last night. And I was like, oh my God, what do you mean? Like, these are supposed to be a Target exclusive through April, but they are on Entertainment Earth. We do have all the links on our website, and they show a release date of February, no less. So well before the in-store exclusivity runs out for Target. But that's the information we were given and what we were going on. But these are showing up already in stores. I did find them on the shelves, but I had to run around to several Targets, and I noticed they were only getting a handful of them at each store at a time.
Yeah,
they're not packed in a case. They're packed with their loose items, as I was told, and so that's why they're only getting a handful per store.
Got it.
Yeah. And the card backs aren't thicker than the last ones.
Have you found all of them yet?
What was that?
Have you found all of them yet?
No, I have not gotten Ray yet, but the Baroness of Toys tracked him down for me this morning. I do
Oh, nice.
have a vintage Ray that I bought this weekend from Blast from the Past Collectibles over in Burbank, which is an awesome store, but he didn't have any of his accessories. Just it was just the figure. But the new Kenner Classics version looks just like that. So, he's a stand-in until I found him, but the Baroness tracked him down for me this morning. So thank you, Baroness. Made me super excited. The one I was most excited about was Egon. He's always been my favorite, and love how his little face lights up. It goes up, and his tie flicks up when he's like screaming, like ah! It's very
So
very
cool.
fun figure. This one's very iconic in terms of the Fright featured Ghostbusters. So it's awesome that they re-release these, and super excited for the line. I know people are going to really love those, but they're like really bright and colorful, and it's always great to get kind of re-release classics of original toys we had in the 80s.
Yeah, they look really fun, and it's like I know that we always complain that the Masters of the Universe Origins line, they're always taking away the action features, but apparently they're leaving them in here, which is good.
Absolutely. I mean, it's incredible. Like, you'd think they were able to produce these with the same action features they had in the 80s. There's no reason to be them. I mean, Winston's head like goes flying around in a circle when he's screaming. It's like really cool. And they retained all their action features. So go figure. Like, bravo to Hasbro for doing that.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Sorry, my mouse is acting up. Okay. Yeah, so very cool stuff. If you collect these figures, drop them in the chat. Also, if you've seen these in stores, we can maybe crowdsource what stores are carrying them around the country. I really love when any company like kind of goes in and kind of redoes the vintage figures. It's cool.
Oh, I know. That's so much fun. Seeing their amazing card backs hanging on pegs, and when you're able to find one in the store is super exciting. If you're trying to find one at Target, your best bet is to go into the store, pull up our article for the in-store exclusives on Target, and all the DCP codes are on there. And if you give that number to an employee, they usually look it up in their little PDA and see if they have it in the back for you. So that's how I've been able actually to source most of them I got. I think I found one or two of them like actually sitting on the pegs, and the other ones I had to ask for help. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, that's cool that Stanley's Toy Channel saw Egon at Target. Yeah. Egon's been the hardest one to get, actually. I guess, well, so is Ray, but those two, I guess, are the hardest two to get for some weird reason.
Yeah.
So what's up with Slimer? So just to answer Dave's question, these are Slimers that came out of the little blind box figures that are now coming out for the new Frozen Empire movie. They've got different Slimers. They have different little mini Puff figures, which are totally adorable. So all sorts of stuff. Like this guy's, attacking with his little s'more outfit. But these are the little blind box figures, and I think they're like $8 a pop. You don't know who you're gonna get, but these are super, super cute and adorable Slimers. And he even has like a little butt, which is hilarious. So, have fun finding these. But they're showing up at Target stores also, the little blind boxes, and you can pre-order them.
Is it Slimer with buns? Is that the?
It is Slimer with buns. He's got buns. It's hilarious.
Slimer's got back. Love it.
Slimer's got back. Exactly. Anyway, those are super cute.
There we go. That's awesome. Yeah. It's funny. I wasn't expecting the card backs to be so huge because I've seen some of these figures, but I guess that's how they were made in the 80s. So it's actually neat to see different stuff at Target now.
It's really cool. I did notice though that, however, the card backs that were on these new releases are thinner than the ones that they released for the first like original real Ghostbusters figures like 2 years back. Those were on a much thicker card back. So they displayed nicer, because when I found them at Target, they were like kind of bent, which is unfortunate. So I'm not going to be keeping the set closed, I think.
Yeah. Dave said that Slimer should have come with hot dogs. I totally remember that movie.
There is one with hot dogs, actually.
Yeah.
So one of the blind box figures that you can get, it's Slimer with like a whole bunch of hot dogs, like shoving it in his mouth. Yeah.
Awesome. What's the context for this one? Justice for Janine. Is that because they haven't made Janine as an action figure?
I think they did release Janine in one of the lines.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't know.
Yeah, at some point. Or maybe I'm thinking of the Playmobil figure. I don't know. But she did come out for Playmobil.
Oh, it's also Allison Troy. Where's Janine? Where is Janine? So yeah.
I know. I
guess
she needs some love.
That hashtag going for Janine, right?
Joe's got some hot dogs.
I know.
Hot dogs for Slimer.
So funny. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a good transition to G.I. Joe, but I don't think there's anything from
we're not there yet, so we can keep going with our other news. But there was some stuff that popped up for G.I. Joe. If you went back on Hasbro Pulse last week, they had a hey, we have things back in stock sale. And I was able to pick up the G.I. Joe Fire Team, which I haven't opened up
awesome.
yet, behind me. So that's a really great segue to G.I. Joe. And Night Force Tunnel Rat is now shipping from Walmart. So there's your segue, Michael.
Oh, thank you. I was like, how am I going to get from like hot dogs to G.I. Joes?
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. But yes, yeah, speaking of G.I. Joe, the folks over at His Tank are doing the Lord's work again. I think they do this yearly now. They publish all of these code names for figures that are supposed to be released in the first half and second half of the year. And so that came out just like a few days ago. And a lot of the stuff is known for the first half of the year, but I think, like I said earlier, the Joe team is using like Hanna-Barbera cartoons for their code names. So it's going to be fun to see what we can link up with all of these code names and things like that.
Absolutely. And I I'm not great at deciphering the code names, but more power to you. Great. Whoever's good at doing that, because it's like, to me, it's like so impossible, but somehow somebody figures it out. And we've got a huge list of characters coming down the pipeline. So all of them super exciting.
Yes.
And Daniel says he has a life-size Janine back home.
Yes. Thank you for the $2 chat. Senior soundtracks with Birdman, always great. Thank you.
So Daniel, does Janine and Zorana like go after each other then?
Oh. I don't think they go after each other.
No, I didn't say that. I said go after each other. Like, who's gonna win?
Okay.
In a brawl.
I'm thinking. I don't think he plays with those characters in his world like that, but we'll see in his response.
They don't cross streams.
No.
That was absolutely
not. But yeah, so a lot of the first half of the 2024 figures are things that are already named. So all of the decoding has been done with Dastardly Pet. It was Mutton Junkyard, the Wave 1, like there's Flintstone, Wilma, Rosie, Barney. Oh, also from the Jetsons too. So these this wave, yeah, the 60th collection wave, which is already out, and the retro collection, Smurfette, Papa, and Gargamel. So they had the Smurfs. The Smurfs ones for these ones, and then Metalhead was Captain Caveman Deluxe. So that really takes care of the first half of the year, but the second half of the year is going to have us guessing. So, yeah, but there's a lot. I mean, do you remember what they dropped on us like in December for pre-orders when like we were trying to pay for like holiday gifts and stuff like that? They dropped.
They don't take any mercy on us, and they know we're all going to cave. We're all going to order the stuff.
Yeah. The funny thing is, this second half of the year list doesn't include December. So it stops at October. So we still have November and December, to, I guess, to figure out. But yeah. So keep track of the name only reveals, because all the name only reveals will line up with, with these code names. And yeah, there's a lot coming. So we have like on this image here, we're supposed to be getting a retro collection or card back Snow Serpent, Beachhead, and Eels, which is awesome because those are such iconic characters. And then all the other ones are coming as just the regular standard classified series figures, and we're getting a vehicle too, which is awesome.
That's going to be so cool. What do you think the vehicle is going to be? You think it's a Stinger or
Ooh,
or
that'd
Tiger
be cool.
Sting?
Yeah, I think one is going to line up with the ferret because I don't think that has been decoded yet. But I would love I would love a Stinger. I mean, all the stuff has been teased on these boxes too, like the Triple T, the Cobra Moray. I was like, really? That's really cool.
Huge.
I know. That's what she said. And
wait, oh my god,
you are a she.
I'm cracking up.
Let's see, Clint. Not giving Brainy an assignment will give Brainy more of an inferiority complex. Yes, totally agree. What is up, Mr. Neil Hunter Hyde? Hey, y'all, wasn't expecting to make it today's stream, but got released early from rehearsal due to weather advisory. Oh, cool. Does that mean that you're going to be joining the hot tub later too? I hope so.
That's so awesome, Neil. Sorry,
I want to say a quick hello to Attaboy, who I've met in person. He lives locally. He also sets up a booth at the Alameda Point Antique Fair, so it's always nice to see him every month. So hopefully he comes back every month and does some good sales. And that's actually where the meeting of myself and Brian Flynn happened. So there's a lot of good mojo with Attaboy.
That's awesome. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that maybe we can get him on the show one day.
Oh, totally.
That would be cool. And speaking of Smurfs, I just wanted to give a big thank you to Daniel because he sent me a little bag of Smurfs for a holiday gift. So thank you so much, Daniel. That was very nice of you.
Yeah, and it's always fun to have All Music Fan in the chat. What did you miss? I think you just missed the Ghostbusters segue. We were trying to talk about Ghostbusters and move on to G.I. Joe, and I just couldn't get out of couldn't think of how to get segued from like hot dogs and Slimer over to G.I. Joe, but you did it, Toy Sorceress, so thank you.
It's what I do. It's part of my magic.
Yes, your wizardry and sorcery. It's so funny. It's okay, Attaboy. Don't feel dumb if you don't know who he is. Like, it's funny. If I didn't know he was there, I probably would have maybe walked by him or passed them up. But I know that Rod and Damien from Toy Hunters Hollow also have Brian Flynn sightings at that show. And I also had Toy Hunter Hollow sightings too. So 2 antique fairs ago, Toy Hunters Hollow and I were there. That was fun. He bought this really cool Ghostbusters playset, which was neat.
The Firehouse?
Yeah.
No freaking way. That's amazing. It's holy grail for Ghostbusters collectors. I mean, to find one in good condition with all that stuff.
Those were his exact words. And like, it wasn't complete, but he was like, I'll just, the Firehouse was in such good condition that he was like, I'm just going to get the parts that I need from eBay and just complete it like that.
That's awesome. I would always love to have one of those in my collection. Congrats for finding that. I do have the Playmobil Firehouse, so I'm like, maybe I can use that for at least a little backdrop for my figures once I get them out on display. It's a good stand-in.
Oh, totally.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it's funny. We have Toy Habits chat members buying stuff from each other and seeing each other in the wild is always fun. Yes, I can't wait for the hot tub, Mr. Neil Hunter Hyde. And Rod is in the chat too. He said, and I rebuilt that sucker too. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool. So happy that you found that.
Yeah. Is there anything G.I. Joe Classified series related that you are looking forward to, Toy Sorceress?
Oh my god, a bunch of these releases. I'm like really excited about like all the retro figures. Can't wait for Airborne and Alpine, like that's so rad. Like I can't wait for him to come out. And as a matter of fact, I'm super excited about Naga Hide, and I actually gave a vintage Naga Hide to the Baroness. It's a holiday gift, one of many gifts, but he was always one of my favorites. Also, love that figure, love that character. So can't wait to build out the rest of the Dreadnoks.
No, totally. Frank Pryor.
How about you?
There's a lot. Frank Paris snuck in here and said hello. And we also have
Oh, nice.
Ostradamus Toys. What's up, friends? I love that because he has his toy frenzy. If you haven't
That's
checked out
great, Oz.
Oz's channel, check it out. So I think the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, and I'm hopefully I'm right this year, or at least the back half of the year, is that this could be the year of the Iron Grenadier faction, because we've
Mhm.
had the Crimson faction, the Polar faction, and
Mhm.
there's a rumor swirling around that we're getting an Iron Grenadier bat, which I think the bat has
Oh,
become the Snake Eyes of Cobra, and
yep.
I'm happy if they repaint that sucker in all sorts of ways. Like, I just love that mold.
I know it would be incredible. And if you haven't checked it out, Michael did an awesome Chronicle article on Iron Grenadiers on toyhabits.com. Check it out. This is like a whole, like history, chronological information, just amazing um article that Michael put together out of just love of the characters. And it's a new segment on toyhabits.com. Our Chronicles section is something
Yes.
it's not news. It's not something that's out for pre-order. It's not a review, but it's more of a history of type of articles. And if you love that kind of stuff, check it out. And speaking of history of G.I. Joe, our good friend Ken from Toy Connections has snuck into the chat as well. Who better than to talk about history of G.I. Joe than Ken?
Yes.
If you have not checked out Toy Connections, be sure to check him out. And yes, Ken, we are giving you something to listen to on your commute home. I'm glad. And I'm sorry you had to work on a holiday. So Michael and I had the day off. That's why
Yes.
we're on today. But welcome. Good
It's
to see
funny,
you.
like, I think why I put this together was because I'd forgotten, like, all of the cool figures that were in the Iron
Yeah.
Grenadiers faction, because like, when you say Iron Grenadier, you just think of, like, the soldier with the red face mask, but there's all these other cool figures,
Mhm.
like Targot, especially if they're
Yeah.
making, like, smaller vehicles, you could definitely, like,
Mhm.
see the deluxe figure, right? It's basically
Yeah.
a dude with a flying machine attached to his back,
I
whatever those
know,
are.
that's so cool. Which one's your favorite? I mean, I love that version of Destro, but there's so many really cool ones in here.
Yeah, there was so there's a lot of talented customizers out there who do
Mhm.
this work, and this one is from GI Joe Custom. So, like, this is a custom 6-inch undertow with his like
Oh
water
wow,
vehicle, which is really neat.
that's
I'm trying to
awesome.
go through like all of these figures to figure out which one. Like, could you imagine getting the demon as like a HasLab? That would
Oh
be
my god,
amazing.
that thing would be huge and incredible.
Um, Yeah, like Darklon is a cool figure.
Wow.
So like basically this is broken up between like troopers and vehicle
Mhm.
drivers. Some are really like weird looking and
Yep.
stuff like this guy. Um, but yeah,
Annihilator. Yeah.
there's a lot of neat like vehicles and
Mhm.
uh, just troopers that are coming out. Darklon, this is Darklon. So
Yeah.
GI Joe. Stronach actually did a custom of this. So this is a custom 6-inch scaled Darklon, which I would love to have in the line. So yeah, if they're making Iron Grenadiers, like, sign me up. I'm gonna fall hook, line, and sinker.
There you go. So you need to make more room on your new classified shelf when you get your
That's
space.
right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then they have like
Plan
the
for an
wacky,
extra shelf.
yeah, they have the wacky characters like Voltar, and this
Oh
is
yeah.
another custom from a guy named Slice. I mean,
Oh,
this
he's
this
cool.
just looks awesome. With a huge eagle with fur. Like, the Joe
Yeah.
team's not gonna make these kind of scale or attention to detail for like a mass produced figure, but
But
it was just really
it's
fun
still
to
would
just
be
kind
really
of
cool.
go back in time um,
Yeah.
and check these out. Like, they can't do an Iron Grenadiers without their leader Destro. So.
That's true. I love this version of Destro. I just recently acquired his vintage figure, so never had him
Oh,
in
awesome!
my collection. So this is it must be a sign.
Oh, it totally is. And also, like, the 3D printed vehicle, is that the I forget, is that the Dominator? I think it's the Despoiler.
I
That's
think
right.
so. Yeah, I was
Like,
yeah, this one.
this is a really like small form factor vehicle that you could totally see them
Mhm.
making, like the
Oh,
Trouble Bubble, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
I don't think there's anything off the table at this point.
no,
It's just how
not
are
at
they going
all.
to deliver it to us, right?
Right.
In what method? Is it a HasLab? Is it a like a Hasbro Pulse exclusive? Is it a
Right.
mainline thing that they're going to sell on shelves? I mean, seeing Trouble Bubbles on the shelf now is like it's really cool to walk into Target and you just see them sitting there, and it's an awesome sight.
Oh, totally. Totally. So, yeah, they also made a mech suit for like a convention
Oh wow,
exclusive. So like there's a whole sorts of things that they could do. And so also we're
yeah.
just keeping track of the figures that have been made already. And
Mhm.
so we have Metalhead, of course, and then the Iron Grenadier Trooper proper is name only, but there's also a rumor of the bat swirling around somewhere too. So yeah,
So many exciting things
there's a
coming
lot of
down the line this
stuff.
year. 2024 is going to be super exciting for GI Joe. It's just getting bigger and bigger, and the level of detail and just how they're capturing what makes the figures, like the characters, classic is it's been incredible. Every single release that they've had
Oh,
is just
totally.
improving on the last. Yeah.
Totally. And also like the Dio shots too. Like
Oh my god.
I continue to be amazed because not only
Hmm.
is the figure just like in a cool stationary stance, but like they're kicking up dust and all like capturing that on
Yeah.
film. Amazing.
I don't know how they do it. It's incredible. It's absolutely
That's nuts.
incredible.
Um,
Yeah.
let's see. Oh, Film Kid 1000, the gold head Grenadier Destro was my first as a kiddo. Good memories of him. Those are great. That's like you
It's
can
awesome.
look back to all those memories. It's so cool.
Love that. Absolutely
Um,
love that.
we have a question from Cora, and let's do some crowdsourcing here with the chat. Does anyone know what size of O-ring you need to repair a broken vintage Joe? I don't know the size. I know I have a lot of extra ones, but that'd be good to
Mhm.
know.
Yeah. I mean, Cora, if you go onto like eBay, you can find the Joe O-rings for sale. They fit them. They come with a little extra pack of screws, which is great. What I would suggest if you are looking for new O-rings, try not to buy the ones that look super thick because those seem to be the ones that break the easiest. Trying to find a little bit of the slimmer O-rings because they seem to be a little bit more docile or stretchy. I know, some people get really into O-rings, and there's some O-rings that are better for the earlier year Joes than the later year Joes. I don't know all that detail, but you can do some research on that because they like to use like the thinner diameter ones for like I think the newer Joe releases, or I might have that opposite. But so one of you guys probably in the chat knows which way to go. But typically, I think the slightly slimmer O-rings are just a better overall general use because the other ones seem to just kind of snap over a year or two.
That that's a cool pro tip because I would have thought it'd be the opposite. I'd be like, I want a thicker, chunkier O-ring, for
You'd
my
think,
replacement.
right?
Yeah,
See,
that's cool.
Ken
That's
says it right there. Thinner works best for the 82
oh,
Joes. And it's probably just the way they were constructed and the amount of tension that they have on there and just kind of like the give and the tolerances, I guess, on it, that maybe the softer, thinner O-rings work a little better for them.
yeah, the thinner ones
Mhm.
for her pleasure.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thinner for your pleasure, exactly.
Listening as I drive, Mr. Neo Hunter Hyde. Yes, the O-rings are the little like rubbery thing inside that always seem to break. And it's funny because if
Mhm.
you have your Joes like displayed, sometimes the O-rings just get brittle by themselves, and you'll just wake up one morning and your figure will be in pieces.
Yeah, yeah, and and sometimes they decide to do it all at once. So I'll usually find a couple that snap at the
Yeah.
same time. And there are
Oh,
figures that I've already replaced the O-ring on, so that's why I make the suggestion. If you have a choice, buy the slightly thinner looking O-rings. They just work a little better.
that's good to know. All right. Well, cool.
Mhm.
I think that that rounds out the GI Joe stuff for the week. I mean, it was pretty big, and I think as the Hasbro team gets their live stream schedule together, they always do name only reveals. So we're just going to be adding to the list of potential figures in 2024. So we've kept track of this stuff, I think, since 2023, and it's kind of fun to kind of like batch up the code names, but I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to like who gets what code name, but anyway, it's fun to track.
It's kind of random. It's always fun to try. I know it doesn't really like correlate with the figure in any which way, but the cool thing is typically I do see when the boxes show up in retail stores, they've got those code names on the boxes.
Oh, that's right.
It's pretty.
That's right. Also in
yeah,
Walmart's system too,
yeah.
they have those code names as well, so they're pretty useful.
Mhm. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Dave. Yes, everybody hit that like button, smash it, do whatever you want with it. Just helps us and YouTube get along better because we always need that.
Absolutely.
Cool.
The Challenger didn't have the right type of O-rings.
Oh,
That's sad.
that's horrible.
I still remember that when I was in
I know,
school.
because like you watched it as a kid, right? In school. So.
Yep. We were watching, we're like, oh my gosh, how cool. And there's a teacher going up in space and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Oh, and they're doing the countdown. And all of a sudden it was like, what? What happened? It was very devastating, but sad. Like, yeah, some kind of O-ring was a problem.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, the O-ring. Yeah, there's actually a good, if you can stomach the documentary, there's a good documentary on the Challenger on Netflix. I think I watched it, and yeah, something sad to bring up, but it's always good to kind of look at history so we don't end up repeating it.
Absolutely.
Speaking of history not repeating itself, total non sequitur segue. We did have a drop.
That was really brilliant how you did that, Michael.
I know, thanks.
He's like slid right in there.
Yeah. We did have a promo poster drop the day before the official trailer drop for the Masters of the Universe Revolution Netflix series. And beyond just talking about the show, there's always fun things that we like to think about when we see cool stuff in the trailer or the posters. So it can only mean more MOTU, which is great for everyone.
MOTU is, mo fun for all of us. And there's a lot of really cool things in the trailer and on the poster. And some of the figures that we already know coming out for Wave 13 in Masterverse, right?
Yes. So we have Leech as one of them. And so I was thinking to myself, thinking of Leech in Wave 13, I was like, oh, he's probably going to be in the Princess of Power subline, but he's actually showing up in the Revolution series. So it's really going to be a toss-up how he comes out.
Personally, I would love for him to come out in the Princess of Power subline and not the Revolution. But, I think it more than likely it's not, because the timing seems to line up with the show.
And like the figures, like the character representations themselves are pretty different in Revolution. And so some are cool, some are not. Like I don't like the way that Leech is portrayed, because he kind of looks like a cross between like a wolf and some, like, I don't know, body snatcher creature or something like that. But
he's a bit odd the way that they're translating him, I guess.
The poster was interesting because we do have some new characters coming on and some other characters that we're trying to figure out. Like there's the Green Goddess is here, which is neat. And if you watch the trailer in slow, like frame by frame, you can actually see something cool happening here. And then there's there's Duncan with some new armor, and then there's an evil Lynn, her that's her in her like saved form, so she's not a baddie in Revolution anymore. So
that's good. I love to have battle armor He-Man front and center. That's like really awesome.
I think they did a great job with He-Man. We put together an article. So this is where I think this is where the Teela turns into the Green Goddess. And it's funny because the Green Goddess has a long history with Masters of the Universe, and she's always related to having like Teela roots and the Green Goddess and Teela being the same character. So I'm really hoping that we see this we're going to see this transformation come in the series, but I would love to see a Green Goddess hit the Masterverse shelves.
Yeah, and wouldn't you love it if she was in translucent green plastic?
Oh, that would be
Which she
amazing.
needs to be.
Oh, totally. Yeah, with
Yeah.
like the stuff that they're doing with the Turtles line with the translucent plastic, you could kind of see like, oh, they could
Yeah.
probably use like that Turtles of Grayskull Moss Man, like kind
Mhm.
of green color. I
Yeah.
remember this the classics figure had an issue because I think the plastic that they used was really brittle, and so you would get people shattering their goddess figures. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. I don't have that figure myself, but hopefully they do make it out of a much more, sturdier plastic. And Daniel, so you're so funny. There's a demon inbound to my inbox. Does that mean Skelly's on its way? Thank you. Thank you, Daniel, for pointing that out to me. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Super, super nice of you. And again, hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I can't wait to see her. This is one, if she does come in a translucent green plastic, I would most definitely be picking up.
Yeah.
So that would be awesome. Yeah.
Yes. The Toys of Time Gone By. I love the MOTU cartoon and never fell into the whole controversy. We didn't either. We just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That YouTube keeps
When
talking
He-Man
about
got
it.
killed and Orca got killed and
Yeah.
all the other
Yeah.
ones got killed.
Yeah. I mean,
They came back.
exactly. It's like, it's a good show and I'm glad it's continuing.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, like the writing is great. The acting is
Yeah.
like the acting is fantastic.
Yeah. I'm the
Um,
kind of person that always loves like a happy ending and like tie a bow around it. And I was like, wait a minute, you killed this person off? You killed that person off? I'm like, I can't take it. Then you
I
have
know,
to
yeah.
watch the next episode or get to the end of the season.
Yeah, you have like PTSD from
I do from Han Solo being killed off in that newer Star Wars film.
yeah. Oh my
Can't get
gosh.
over that one.
No. Vexen Toys, one of the good friends of the Toy Habits website and channel, also has his own YouTube channel, so go check him out. The one character with evil in their name is now good. That's funny. So,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, it's funny.
That is hilarious, actually.
Remember that like list of names that was printed on the motherboard box? One of them was Evil Lynn. It was Lynn Morgan Powers, which is her given name, and so I'm like, there's got to be some credibility to that box leak, and I don't think it was just a random list of names because a lot of them are coming up in the Masterverse line.
Yeah, and maybe that was a way to keep their copyright going because they were printed on a sold material. I don't know, or were they just giving us a really cool tease and hint? I have no idea, but it's awesome that we got that.
Yeah, totally.
And
Yeah,
thanks to Kayla. I think Kayla's the one that pointed it out, right?
yes,
Originally, yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome.
D. Griff says, yes, the Green Goddess did first appear in the vintage mini comics. He is correct. Cora would love a Green Goddess in translucent powers. Stinky Cat Butt, another amazing username.
That's awesome.
Sitting in my seat waiting on Mechanic. Yeah. Neil is
Mechanic's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Neil is pumped for Revolution, and yeah, Duncan in his new armor looks awesome. So he is not Man at Arms because Man at Arms is now transferred over to Andra, so she is Man at Arms. And I'm not really. I don't think they're not going to call her Woman of Arms, but it's probably just Man at Arms is the moniker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we have Granomir who appears in the trailer as well. Love Granomir in the vintage cartoon, if you want to call it that, in the He-Man.
Yeah, series. he was a really, really cool character. Love dragons. It'd be awesome to get him in this line. And could you imagine how big his box would be? This would be like an incredible deluxe figure.
Oh yeah,
you have huge real estate on the shelf, but bring him on.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. If he's anything like his classics form, he came out in like a normal red flavor and also a green flavor as well. So it's like, what is it like?
He's
Green apple
both
candy and cherry. Yeah.
Lemon, lime, or cherry.
Yeah.
Which one do you like?
Yeah. There you go.
That's awesome. I want to give a big shout out to the Baroness of Toys, who is joining us now. Baroness, we had lots of fun hanging out this weekend, and thanks for the B-Day gifts. That was really cool of you. I know Mom Doo calls. Dude, so This is awesome seeing Too Bad in the trailer, but we already got a Too Bad, New Eternia. Do you think we're going to get another one in Revelation style?
This will be such an easy thing for them to do because all they have to do is include that silly motherboard outfit and just make Too Bad, like just change his look a little bit, and
it's a little more animated looking.
Yeah. I mean, just because they showed in the trailer doesn't mean that he's going to be a figure, but it's like, I'm like, okay, I could see this because they've already have the tooling done.
Absolutely. And that just brings me to something else that we talked about yesterday that I can't say.
Oh, right. Oh, geez. Yeah, that one. And yes, your photos of Too Bad are amazing. So had to include
thank you very much. It was a lot of fun to review.
Yeah, it was like a big, huge, oversized figure that just looks damn good on the shelf.
Mm-hmm. We were able to get them early, so it was like when you don't see a lot of a figure out, and then you finally you get them in your hands. It's kind of, it just feels that much more exciting to review it and hold it, and then he started clogging up the shelves at Target because I was like, oh my god, everyone's gonna love this figure.
Yeah, I'm wondering. So I'm reading Joe's comment that made me have a thought. Joe loved Revelation, can't wait for Revolution. So this is kind of what the second installment. It's kind of like the Empire Strikes Back of Star Wars.
Yep.
I'm wondering if they're going to go out with a third final chapter called Resolution.
Resolution?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Who knows? But yeah, it's funny because a lot of the scenes in this trailer remind me of Star Wars with Hordak's fleet, kind of giving a nod to the last of the the sequel trilogy movies, The Last Jedi.
Absolutely. That's super cool. But gotta love Rio Blast here.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Rio Blast, Snout Spout. So we're still Snout Spout is still MIA. So he was teased he was revealed at SDCC 2023, but we have no idea where he's gonna fit in to the line. I think he's one of those giant oversized figures that doesn't get a proper wave designation. He'll just probably come out with some other wave.
He's just going to show up on the shelf at Target one day when you're not expecting it, and then everyone will freak out. Just like all the other deluxe figures that did not get a proper announcement or pre-order.
They just show up.
He's just going to show up. Just like Slush Head did, just like Too Bad did, and many, many others. So
yeah. That's actually fun to just have stuff show up on the shelf.
It is. It's nice that they kind of keep a slot like that. Right?
Yeah. Yes, totally. There was one, the Eternian guards are in there. Of course, we have the Gwildor and Orko 2-pack that is already in collectors' hands. Here is the Horde. So we have Leech, Grizzlor, and Mantenna. Grizzlor is already made into has come out in the Princess of Power subline, but Leech and Mantenna have remained to be seen. We know that Leech is coming in Wave 13, but this was the image that I was looking at because I was like, I don't know if I like Leech's look here. What about you?
Yeah, I'm not too keen on it. He's a little too hunched over. It doesn't give that that Leechy, facial look to him.
Right.
And as a matter of fact, all of them look like they've dipped into something or something. They're a little too rabid. I mean, look at Mantenna.
Yeah, totally.
He's gonna suck your face off.
Oh my god.
More like a leech, in that design.
Yeah, you're right, because this is where I got the kind of the wolf head thing that I was mentioning before. You're right. There is no suction or does his head transform in the series? Who knows?
I'm sure it does. They just, I mean, it's a stylized look for them. It goes with the look of the cartoon and the flavor they're going for. So more power to them. It's amazing, the artists that work on this. It's a different interpretation of Leech, so we never know. Maybe right there he's just ready to kind of pounce on someone, and that's why he's hunched over.
Yeah, I mean, even Grizzlor looks weird too. It's he looks more like an ape or a monkey in this one.
Yeah, he does, and he looks very vicious and wild, more than you're used to.
Yeah. Yes, and we already know that let's see, Emperor Hordak is also going to be part of Wave 13, so he'll probably look something like this. And
Very
yeah,
cool.
very amazing voice talent lended to Hordak in this one. So looking forward to that.
That's
And
awesome.
let's see. Oh, yeah, there's some really interesting things that they're doing in this trailer. So like He-Man has like this kind of royal armor,
I
and
love the look.
it
That's
looks
really
amazing.
cool.
The only time that I've seen this kind of armor on He-Man was in the CGI series. But like also like, is anyone getting Disco Skeletor feels in
Oh
this? Like
yeah,
with the gold, yeah, it's like
absolutely.
this surprised me.
Maybe that's how they're teeing up a Disco Skeletor for us.
Oh yeah, I hope so, because I think that
Yeah.
that figure sold out pretty quickly when Mondo did that
Mhm.
Disco Skeletor, and I'm so
Yeah.
lucky that I didn't want that because I'd totally forgotten about the pre-order. They were already sold
Yeah,
out
I
when I
know.
came.
Same
Like,
here. Same here. You know, I
oh,
came across speaking of, I came across a boxed Panther this weekend
mm,
at that collectible shop I like to go to. But I was like, I want to hold off for the flock to
yeah,
if I'm gonna get
yeah.
anything.
Oh wow, okay. um this one, so you had to go frame by frame to kind of see this one. It's basically the melting face of Keldor turning into Skeletor. I think like this one, this is my favorite frame of the whole trailer.
That's cool. I just think it's gross.
I know, and I know how much you love ooze and brains and all that. So yeah,
You
I'm
know,
sure you love this one.
I still think I'm gonna sell off my Range Viper from the fire team set because I just can't stand the brains or change
I
his
know,
head.
it's so
Maybe
funny.
I'll just change his head.
Yeah, it's funny. I sent you a picture of my mole rat as I was opening it. Brains.
I was like, oh my god, and it was like the goriest like shot of it too. It like loaded up on my phone. I'm like, what did Michael send me? And I was like, ugh, gross.
Oops.
If you wanted to give that shocking effect to me, it worked.
Okay, good. All right, that's what I was hoping for.
It
We do get a
absolutely worked.
glimpse. We do get a glimpse of what King Keldor is going to be
Mhm.
looking like as he is on the cross cell for this current Wave 12. So
Yeah.
the Masters of the Universe artists were very careful not to show this when they were doing the box reveal, but as soon as this figure or like the Mechanic, New Eternia, Triclops, and Mechanic hit eBay, the wait was
Mhm.
over. So yeah, I'm actually
The cat was
surprised that
out of
we
the
have
bag.
not seen this figure like show up anywhere yet. Like
I
I'm,
know.
I'm
I
surprised that
know.
people are kind of keeping this close to the chest here.
Mhm.
So
But it's gonna be really cool when we finally get to see him. I love his furry cape.
yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be good. Yeah, it's funny. Hopefully they'll do like it's funny. Like I was thinking back into like the new Eternia Skeletor, and if you really want to capture like the whole life cycle of Skeletor, you kind of need a Keldor head in there too. So
Yeah.
I doubt that they'll release another new Eternia Skeletor. Hopefully they'll release a new Eternia Keldor, if you will.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe he'll come with a Skeletor head. I don't know.
yes. Oh,
They
that's a
never
yeah.
gave us a 40th anniversary Skeletor
That's
single
true.
release,
What is up with that?
right? It was
Right.
the celebration last year. We're now in 2024, and that has passed. And I know people who wanted that Skeletor who missed out on the 40th anniversary pack, and they never released it last year, which is a bummer.
No, it
Yeah.
sucks. But yeah, a lot of MOTU news. The trailer was cool, and I hope we get all of these figures. And then you came across something in your hot little hands around the Turtles of Grayskull line too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And huge shout out to SoCal Motu Collector who sent me those photos. He actually just sent me photos of Shredder to start with, and there was a little photo there with mini comics sitting next to him. And I was like, dude, can you please send me pictures of the mini comic? And he sent me every single page. And as I was like flipping through it, my eyes were like bugging out. I was like, oh my God, like every page had like something incredible on it. So I had to put this spoiler alert, went through the whole mini comic. So there's a synopsis of it on there. If you don't want to know the story, it's fine. But there's a lot of really cool figures that are teased in it.
Oh, totally. Yeah, the cover of the comic. Oh yeah, so this was the picture, right, with the comic next to it. You're like,
yep.
Hmm.
And so what I started to do was actually zoom in on that photograph, and I'm like, okay, oh my God, I see Merman. I see actual turtle-eyed Skeletor finally, because they kept showing Skeletor in his normal form. And those two things, first of all, blew my mind. And as I was putting the article together, so-called MOTU collector ended up sending me all of the inside of the comic book. And that's when, my head exploded. And I was like, dear God. So when we dive into these, they are going to blow your mind. They did something especially special and creative with Merman. Mind you, these figures, these characters are all supposed to be mutated. So when we get to Merman, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I'm happy that we actually get to see finally what the Skeletor looks like, because I was like, they can't just release a normal looking Skeletor, right?
No, they can't. So you can see there, he's got, all sorts of special armor on him, a new headdress, new Havoc staff, with kind of green homages. And I'm sure there's some turtle motifs hidden in there as well. But it's really cool what they're doing with it.
Totally. Just want to say a quick hello to Kenzo's Creations, who also has an amazing YouTube channel. He just created this 2X size Tubad that looks amazing. It's 3D printed. It's airbrushed. I think he just posted the video on his YouTube channel, so go check it out. It's really neat. Like if you're into that stuff, it's kind of like the old Rotocast figures that they would make. Yeah, it's really, really cool. He's a very talented artist and customizer, so do check him out. But yeah, they did some amazing stuff with this Merman, and it's like you can't really get a sense of what they did from this image here. But as I was going through the article, like you can definitely get a sense of what they're doing here, right?
So there was one more shot, which I only included this one, of Merman, which was on the previous page. You can see him kind of far away. He's using the Lady Slither tail. Merman got mutated, obviously, and now he's got a slithery tail on him. How incredible is that?
Oh my gosh, that's great. So it's like they're making a ton of use out of this tail, which is so cool. So we have that new like red snake creature that's to be named. Necroconda is getting this tail too, and now the Turtles of Grayskull figures are getting this as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Merman looks like he has a different style face as well, so he'll probably get a new head sculpt, perhaps, because Beastman reused his original head sculpt. This one looks totally different. Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah, we can get this one. I guess the one on the left looks a little different, but yeah, I think when we see him face on, it definitely looks totally different. But yeah, that's really cool that you got sent all of these pictures, and also too, like, He-Man looks too normal for this, right?
Like, well, that's because it's the beginning of the comic book. It's not how he ends up looking.
All right. So yeah, if you don't want any spoilers, just hold your eyes.
Big spoiler alert going through here.
Yes. Here's Merman with his face. You can see his face better here. It definitely looks very different.
Totally has a different look. And I think on the next page is when you can see the full body shot of him, or actually it's 2 pages after. Got it. But okay. I was blown away. But when you get to the next set of pages, you're going to see what He-Man looks like, and another huge, ginormous tease for the slime pit yet again, in the shredderized looking slime pit and Leatherhead that we already know is coming. Yeah, so that's really cool.
There's so many things here.
And then who's holding his chains behind him, Michael? Behind mutated He-Man. That's Bebop and Rocksteady.
Oh my gosh, it totally is. I totally missed that because there's so much going on in these comics.
I know. That's why I was like, oh my god, like every page I flipped through
So freaking cool.
it's really cool. If you want to see these still images and all of the teases that are in there, head over to our article. But again, there's so many neat things in this mini comic, much more than in the first release,
Oh yeah.
and there's just a lot to see. So there you can see Merman in the second panel on the
Oh
left.
yeah.
You can see his tail very
Oh totally.
clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was just like, whoa, mind blowing.
Oh, so mind
To see
blowing.
that.
There's also Mossman is in here too. There's everything. Slacker's in here. I guess the faker.
Yep. Yep,
Geez.
they're all in
There's
there, and they're all battling against the turtles because they've all turned bad because they're mutated. You got Ram Man attacking them. You got Slacker. You got Moss Man, and mutated Merman in there. So they're all ready to attack the turtles as Shredder and Skeletor watch on in delight.
delight. I love that.
In delight, and
A lot of
E-Man
mayhem. Yeah, really cool shots of Tila too. So we have yet to see Tila in figure form, but if she looks anything like she does in the comic, it's going to be really, really sweet.
Yeah, there's good shots of Tila. You can see Mikey in there. So a little bit more of him. There's a huge shot of Skeletor's face in the page before, right next to the mutated He-Man. Right there.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the designs for these figures are really, really creative, and also just the characters too. Is this Metal Bato too?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is it that looks like a Metal Bato is on the?
Yes. Yeah, it is Metal Bato. He comes so in the beginning of the comic, and if you don't want to hear the story, turn the page. In the beginning of the comic, it's Man at Arms and Donatello who are working on Roboto in his workshop, or they're standing around working on that. And then later in the comic, Metal Bato shows up to kind of help rescue the turtles. So that's like his debut there.
That's cool.
Big hello to Dan Diego. So Dan, you probably upgraded your membership because I know you're a member. So welcome and thank you for that. So good to see you, Dan. So it's really cool to see Metal Bato kind of making his awesome appearance in this comic. Like I said, every page was a delight and held so many cool things on it. And you just got like some incredible looks at the new upcoming figures for the subsequent new waves. So
totally. There's the Talon Fighter is in here too. Like there's so many things. If you just if you go page by page and just look at everything and just take it in, it's so much goodness.
There is so much goodness in there.
Jeez, it's crazy. It's crazy. I forgot to tell you. I did pre-order the Wave 2 Turtles of Grayskull from Walmart. I had some shop pay credit. It's like the app that I use to buy from Walmart, and it gives you like a percentage back. And I'd racked up like $40, and so it brought the total price of the figures down.
Oh wow! So, I kept getting emails about that too, and I kind of ignored them because I didn't know what to do with it. So I got to pick your brain and see how you applied this.
I will tell you, it's the most confusing thing because you have to basically download the Shop Pay app and then find the store. So I basically searched the Walmart store in the app, and you have to buy it through the app. It's the craziest, silliest thing. So
I'm definitely going to look for that because I do have quite a bit of Shop Pay money that I get. Getting.
I will. Yes, I will definitely tell you about that because it could definitely.
That's awesome.
We all need the help to pay for all this stuff. The toy habits.
Absolutely. The habit gets expensive.
It does get expensive. But yeah, I think that was all the kind of the more bigger news that was happening this week. I don't know if you wanted to cover off on anything else. I could bring it up.
I know you did locate Masterverse Wave 12 on Walmart's site. Let me open that up. And were they up for? Then they actually said add to cart because that was through Walmart store, so you can get
Yes,
them through.
yeah. The only so
There.
this is what happens, and I'm gonna dish something because somebody sent us a like flaming, scathing Instagram DM, basically saying that we're tied to these resellers and we're the resellers that we're plugging. I'm like, you're out of your freaking mind. I didn't reply back. I just said if you were looking for a civil conversation, I will have one with you, and just break it down. This is how every single figure gets on the site. It gets thrown up by a third-party seller until the company gets it in stock, and then it goes down to retail price. I'm like, I don't know what the miscommunication is, but we're trying to be helpful and not hurtful. Like everyone has a choice to buy from whoever they want. And so I was like, that DM like took me way back, and I was like, wow, you really missed the mark.
The amount of work and time and everything we do, because we love the hobby that we're in. We love being in this toy community. We're trying to really help everybody find all the figures that they want to. And you're absolutely right. When these come in stock in Walmart's system themselves, they will come back to their retail price. In the meantime, they do work with really wonderful third-party companies like Walmart, who probably has a higher cost to the figures, and you know, he does ship for free, so then some of that cost is baked into there too. Now, if you want to get your figure earlier, you can pay that added cost and you'll get it in your hands, just as we did. And Paul is great at helping us get that stuff. Now, if you want to wait, there's plenty of websites that have these up for retail price that are only a few dollars less, like $22, and you can wait for them. They're up for pre-order and you'll get them in a couple months. That's everyone's choice. But definitely, we are not pushing any of that. We're trying to be helpful, and that's the way Walmart's system works.
Yes, it's so funny. I think we found the person who DM'd us, Kenzo. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Kenzo. Man, Michael, you guys are such jerks trying to give us all the information on these toy releases. Yeah, that's what we were trying to do.
We do everything. We bend over backwards to make it easy for you guys to find this stuff. You know, spending hours putting together shop pages with links and all these articles and all this stuff, and digging up, you know, DPCI numbers so you can go into Target and find your figures. We're so bad.
I know, yeah. We're horrible. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to I just wanted to mention that oh yeah, you found some new dragons coming soon for the Legends of Dragon War too, right?
Yes, cool. I did. So this was posted on MOTU Toys Instagram page. Now, you know, they already teased these dragons last year at, I think it was Designer Con, if I'm not mistaken, or one of the other smaller conventions. The cons. I don't remember exactly which one, but it is in the article there. And they're incredible because not only is the dragon a really cool figure, you can use it as kind of like a beast, you know, for your other characters to ride on, because he converts from being on all four, standing on two feet to all four legs, so with a little saddle on the back. So this is the tease that was on the Instagram page for MOTU Toys, and it's just basically this like shadowed silhouette of the dragon. That's the dragon that you see, actually, that face on the card back for the figures. So it's really cool that we're going to be getting him as one of the characters in the line.
That's really cool. That's awesome. Yeah, like the Legends of Dragonor line is like, that's surprisingly fantastic. Like I love how it started, and then they had to do a little pivot, you know, because somebody, Mattel, probably got really mad. But anyways, we should all the toy companies should play nice with each other. Come on.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was for the better, because we got an amazing product out of it. I have First Wave. I absolutely love how they came out. They're really great quality figures. The paint apps are incredible. The sculpting is fantastic. And they feel so good in your hand, and they're just so well made. So if you're into those, highly recommend them. But these dragons look so cool, and they had 3 different colors. Then the names we have on there are the standing names that they had back when they were revealed. But there's a red one, a blue one, and a green one. They all look a little bit different. And you can see there they've got like an armor, but they also have like a saddle on their back. I don't know if it's all one piece. So
that's
you can
so cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. So you can see your figure can ride on that.
Oh my gosh, they're so yeah, it looks like it's all integrated in one
Mhm.
piece. And it's like that's like the really like the creative part of toy design,
Yeah.
right? It's like it's these little subtle differences and just subtle things that
Mhm.
they do to these figures that make them really, really unique.
Yeah. Yeah, those are gonna be incredible. I can't wait for those to come out and I get all
Yeah,
3.
I know, right? Yeah, it's like it's funny. My wife got me the first like 6 figures for Father's Day, and those like finally
Oh,
came.
nice.
And so yeah, I'm excited about those, and yeah, I'm like, do I delve more into the line or do I just stop?
I don't know. I mean, they're looking pretty cool, and they got that other Wave 2 figures coming out. There's Wave 1.5 as well. Chaz, you were over at Frankenstein's yesterday. That is so cool. I know. I went was it last Saturday or during the Saturday during the holidays? I guess, or it was probably 2 weeks ago. But that is so
Mm,
awesome. I hope you found some cool stuff over there.
yeah, I hope so too. And Chaz, okay, aside from the fact of making amazingly funny memes, he is like on the spot with
Hmm.
GI Joe news and leaks. Like if you want to have your GI Joe fan stream spoiled, like I I
Go to
like that
Chaz.
stuff. I like to see what's coming because it helps us prepare. But Chaz is
Hmm.
always on the breaking news end of the GI Joe Classified series. So he's an
Yeah.
awesome
So
person.
thank you for that, Chaz. You are always an amazing source of information for us. So that is so awesome. And again, hope you found some cool stuff at Frankincense because
Yeah.
it's always a fun trek out there.
Yeah, it's a you live what about an hour away, so it's what 2 hour round
Hmm.
trip to get there and
Yeah,
back. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's
And the
funny. I
day I
think
drove out, it was pouring rain.
oh
So,
no.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was
Oh
about
well.
2 weeks ago. Hmm.
But
A lot of fun.
yeah, so
Oh,
yeah.
another thing that we have not touched on was wave I'm losing count of the number. Are we on wave 10 of Thundercats pre-orders that
Oh
dropped?
right. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Let me bring that up too. Yeah, that was an interesting
Yes,
wave
wave 10.
for me. So
Mhm.
let's bring that up.
So wave
All right.
10 has Young Lino, which is really cool, and you knew that they were going to be reusing the buck for the two kittens, Wiley Kit and Wiley Cat. So that's awesome. And then we got Snarfer, which is Snarf's cousin. Again, able to reuse the little Snarf buck.
Too soon.
Um, yeah, way too soon. And Slick Pick, which is a very deep cut.
Yeah.
With the little pickpocketing robotic cricket character. And then this version of Mumra, the
Oh
Dream
my god.
Master, is really cool because it uses that translucent plastic that they've been doing on so many of the figures, but he's got different colors on his translucent plastic, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And it makes me that more bummed out that we did not get Astral Lion-O as part of our
Oh my gosh, you're right. I
Wear.
totally
He's like, he
forgot
looks
about
so cool in this translucent plastic.
that. I'm hoping that they just make him in a wave and be like,
Yeah.
okay, like I'm sure that they've tooled and designed the figure to be produced, and so like why not, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They should have.
Uh,
And Kenzo brings up a very good point that Young Lino and Snarfer should have been a 2-pack.
oh
Absolutely should have, and maybe they could have just charged us, $65 or something like that because they
yes,
are small figures.
yeah,
But
great point, Kenzo. Yeah, and I think I was talking to you about like this. So like they upcharge you on the bigger figures,
mhm,
but then they still charge you regular price on the smaller figures. It
smaller
should go
figures.
the opposite way. If it's not
Hmm.
figure that takes a huge amount of plastic. Like Mumra is a chunky dude. Like he's really thick and
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah.
But like young Lionel and Snarfer, come on.
I know. I know. It's ridiculous. Like I did buy Snarf and I bought Rotaro from the last wave that just shipped to everybody. Rotaro
Yeah,
is a huge, fat, chunky figure, and Snarf is so tiny, and they were both the same price.
right.
But I'm like, okay, well, I guess we got a bigger, fatter, like chunky boy with
Yeah,
Rotaro and like less plastic and Snarf. I guess it all evens out because
right.
Rotaro was $55 also, so it evens
Yeah,
out in the world of toys.
yeah. I once was Mikey. Actually, I once was Mikey too. I agree, but they'll eventually be $20 on Amazon. LOL. Yes.
Yeah.
If they don't sell out, and if it goes on for a while, yeah, they'll probably be discounted. But
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I think Mumra was 75, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He is expensive. Very
Or yeah,
expensive, but still cool looking.
Stinky Cat Butt. Is he a Thundercat too, and we just don't know it? Says that
He
last
is.
Mumra was listed at $79.99. Yeah.
No. I think it was
Dave.
$75.
Yeah. Dave says, love when Panthro faced down Mumra and he kept calling him Mummy.
That's funny.
That Thundercats cartoon is I think it still stands up today. It's
It's
entertaining.
great.
But
Absolutely.
yeah. Think
Very
anything
cool
else
wave.
that we have not covered?
No, I think that's it. It was a very busy news week and
Yes.
a lot of fun things happening. So yeah, get out there and hunt some toys.
I know,
Yeah.
it's actually neat to see the Turtles of Grayskull on the shelves. Actually, I went into one of my local Targets, and that was the only one to have the whole wave assortment. And I was like, it's just very cool to see like MOTU in any form on the shelf.
Absolutely. I also found the whole assortment on the shelves, and Mouse Jaw is showing up at a lot of stores too.
Yes. Yeah. So be patient, use the info and the DPCIs, or if you want to call ahead, the Target employees are very nice and they'll actually tell you and actually look for you. So
yeah. And Stinky Cat Butt, actually, Wiley Kit and Wiley Cat were part of some previous waves that are already up for pre-order. So if you check out our Thundercats Ultimate shop page, you can easily find links to buy those. So go to toyhabits.com and then go to shop Thundercats, go to the Thundercats Ultimates page. You'll find all the pre-order links there to get both Thunder Kittens.
yeah, and you scratch every itch on these shop days. We have vintage figures, vehicles and play sets. Yeah, the Ultimates. Yeah. So we want to make buying easy for you. So it's
absolutely. And the affiliate links are on there as well that do help us pay some for expenses around the channel. So it would help us out as well if you do use those links. And Baroness, I gave you a shout out earlier before you joined the stream that you were able to find me some Ghostbusters today. She actually got me Ray and then the whole wave of Frozen Empire.
oh wow.
The other figures today at her Target. So thank you so much, Baroness, for scoring those for me. Super excited.
That's awesome. Wave 8 and 9 are actually really neat. There's Wiley Kit, Hachiman, Captain Shiner, and Alluro. Alluro looks awesome. And then there's Wiley Cat. Chilla is amazing too. And then the toy, oh my gosh, you lose your beep off of Toy Jaga, huh?
I totally lost my beep on that one. I was like, oh my god, like you don't even understand. Yeah.
So I realized
that one got me super, super excited. Almost just as excited as when the toy variant of Lando came out.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool. Well, we have to get our bathing suits on because we have a hot tub a boiling.
There you go, absolutely. And then a big shout out, just wanted to give one to my hubby for getting me this really cool birthday gift as well. He got me this vintage Mork figure, which is awesome. And he was actually in the box, and his little squawk box works. So I just want to say thank you to my hubby for getting me Mork. You can't really understand this too good, but it does talk. it's very kind of squirrely sounding, but Mork is super cute. Something I always wanted actually as a kid, and love that he got it. He was in his little box and everything. So
that's cool.
Thank you to the hubby for an awesome birthday gift. I really love this.
So cute. Yeah, you have like, it's like the Joker said, you have such wonderful toys. It's like
exactly.
How did you get those wonderful?
That's awesome. That's
Well,
awesome.
cool.
So we'll join all you addicts in the hot tub in just a couple minutes, and for the rest of you all, we'll see you sometime next weekend. Most likely, most likely Sunday, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll get it scheduled. And just keep a lookout for very cool toy news. Oh, and before we go, just a couple things we got to hop on the screen. Thank you, Degriff, for wishing me a happy birthday. Very sweet of you. And a huge thank you to Stillwind87 for the $4.99 super chat. Ghostbusters listing 3.75 rumor true.
Ooh,
that's
good
a good question because that's a scale I have not seen them in yet.
Oh, interesting, huh?
It is
that's
interesting.
Something for us to dig into and just to see if we can get an answer. So great question. Thank you. And also, yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. It's awesome.
Yeah, very sweet of you. All right. So without further ado, and thank you, Chef M80, for the birthday wishes. It's actually on Wednesday, but I did do some early celebrating this weekend. And fairness, I did not fix my leak. My water is turned off. And nobody's coming until Wednesday. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the next 2 days. It's not going to be fun.
Oy.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, yes. Neil, it is information is in the are we doing it on the Discord?
Yeah, well, yeah, if the Discord ends up not working, I'm sure that we'll use somebody's Zoom. So we'll get the info somewhere. But yeah, if you just hop into there's a hot tub section in Discord. So just go there. It's kind of weird because you have to turn on your video and your audio. So we'll see. If people are having trouble, then we will use a different
medium. We will figure it out. And for all the rest of you, Nanu. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody. Bye.